Hey, my name is Ed Muhammad. I'm part owner and manager of Sister Muhammad's Kitchen. I'm also one of the co-founders of Ball for Life Youth Organization, founded in 2014.
We opened in 1999. Based off an idea that my mom had. When my mom first became Muslim, she actually learned how to cook. So she really got good at it. And she came up with the idea to open a restaurant. So what's that, 22 years we've been here? 22 years, man.
My parents, first, they opened the store. They had a store since, even before we had the restaurant, we had a bakery when we just made carrot cakes, bean pies, banana puddings. So they've been entrepreneurs since I was like 14 or 13, something like that. So when you grow up in it, you become part of it. You know what I mean? You kind of are what your environment is, and that's definitely what my environment has been for I ain't gonna say how old I am, but a greater part of my life. So yeah, that was the major influence. Why did I choose the family business over pursuing a career? And it's simple. It's simple, but it's not simple. Like I have a bachelor's degree in business administration from Cheney University. I also have an associate's degree in computer science from Cheney University. But I run a restaurant, and it's kind of weird, but. I mean, my mom, it was her vision, and she's a little older. She can't really do it. My dad's sick. He can't do it. Somebody got to keep the business flowing. So hopefully, sacrificing that leave us with that legacy of having a business for even when my kids have kids and they kids have kids. So for me, it's a no-brainer. A lot of people talk about family first and. Nah, do you live that lifestyle? Is it really family first? We don't really know. You know what I'm saying? But me putting this before that and me having it tattooed on my back for a reason, that's exactly why. I put my family first. I could easily probably go make $40,000, $50,000 more a year than what I make, but why sacrifice all my time to make somebody else some money when I could make it for us? It's kind of simple. Everybody not built for the sacrifice, though.
Man, we still going through the grace of God. 22 years, we're gonna be here forever. Hope we're gonna get our grandchildren and grandchildren's grandchildren to run it. Hopefully, if that's what they want to do, because a lot of people don't want to mess around with it.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Anybody has a problem, a concern, it kind of runs through me. Besides from people that know my parents and can call them and have access to them, they're looking for me with any issue. So basically, I would have to say I am the face, but I'll break it down to you in the easiest way I can possibly do it. On Breakfast Club, Dame Dash said, and I'm looking at the camera. Do it for your last name and not your first name. So everything that I do, from the business to when I wake up in the morning, when I walk out the door, everything that I do is for the name on the back of my jersey. It's really that simple. Because at the end of the day, everybody's gonna die, but your name is the only thing that can live on, man. And if you create a legacy, and that name is going to mean something. And the next generation, and the generation after that, and the generation after that, is going to mean something. It's going to be something for them to lean on. So it's very simple. Do it for the name on the back of your jersey. Everything you do, it ain't about you. Once you become grown, and especially when you got kids, it ain't about you no more. It's about the name on the back of that jersey, man. Play the game right, or the game going to play you, period.
It went from a lot of it went for a lot of foot traffic and really word of mouth getting customers to now we in a social media era where You post one picture, one video, and 15,000 people can see it, you know what I mean, in a matter of 5 minutes. So I'm not sure how other people do it, but social media is like the best free advertisement that the world ever came up with. If you're active enough, then your product also got to be good enough.
Social media has a very big impact on the business. Like I said before, it's the world's largest free marketing tool that if you capitalize on it properly, shoot, it'll make you a lot of money. You'll never have to pay no type of advertising and no marketing, and all it takes is for somebody to repost you. It takes 10 seconds out of their day for them to click on the button and screen. I don't care if they put it on their story, on their timeline, if they text it to somebody, if they leave a good comment underneath of it, whatever it is, that 15-20 seconds of somebody's life can bring you 15-20 more people. So just imagine you get 100 people repost it. Pretty good. A business and being a father, that's one of the hardest things to do, because when you're trying to operate a business, you kind of got to give 150%. You know what I mean? It just can't be nothing less. But at the same time, you got to give your kids 150%. You know what I mean? So it's harder because my kids is active. We all over the place with this sport, this game, this practice, that practice. It's a lot, but you know, when you sign up for it, you gotta make yourself built for it. You don't have no options. You gotta do what you gotta do. So it's hard though. I would say when you get ready to create a business though, you need to take all of that into consideration. Even if you don't have a child, you never know what'll happen. You know what I mean? Especially if you're active. So be prepared to have to sacrifice something on both ends of the spectrum in order for you to have that balance that you need.
One thing for sure though, throughout this whole COVID thing, we learned a lot about really what hard work is, man. And then you also get to see who really supports you, who really got your back. You know what I mean? When you can't afford to pay somebody who will come in and help you when you need it. So that was a gift and a curse for us right there.
Ups and downs of the business. Well, I'm gonna start with the downs. When you're a small business owner and you hire employees, and these employees don't view it as a real job. You know what I mean? It's, oh man, I can get me a real job, or you might be their second job, and they were like, oh well, my real job. Like, no, you get real money every week. You get a real check. Is you really come in here and do something, so you treat it like a real job. Don't tell me my business that I'm paying you for isn't a real job. That's one of the biggest problems that I ran across. So because they don't feel like it's a real job, it's automatically second fiddle to everything. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, my foot itching, I can't come into work today. Oh, I got a headache, I can't. My son got a headache. He 27, he don't live with me, but I got, like, it's crazy. That's one of the biggest hurdles. One of the other downs is that because you can't afford to pay people the same amount that you pay that the bigger businesses pay. You have the problem when you kind of getting like second fiddle employees a lot, you know what I'm saying? And where your vision isn't their vision, your passion isn't their passion, your demeanor, your respect and for your customers isn't the same as theirs. So you have a lot of issues, and that's a lot of the reasons why a lot of black businesses have complaints about customer service, because when it doesn't belong to you, oh well, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to if I was paying you $30 an hour, you would say, yes sir, yes ma'am, no problem, I'll fix it, whatever. So those are the two biggest downs for us. The upside is you get respected in your community. Like, we've been there for 21 years, and like I said, we we have no problems. I mean, like, we pretty well respected in the neighborhood. Nobody brings none of the nonsense, the violence, the stealing and the breaking in, and so that's one of the biggest things, you know what I'm saying? Because when you become a staple in a community, you can maneuver different. You can do things in a community that other people can't accomplish. So that's one of the biggest things. And then the other thing is just that it gives you like my children, or if you don't have children, like your little cousins, your nieces, nephews, it gives them something to see that if you want to do it, it can get done. You know what I mean? It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can make that happen as long as you put in the work. And that's one of the biggest things that's I think that's the greatest thing. You know what I mean? Like your younger family members, or even your older family members, because you can inspire older people too, but they'll also get an opportunity to see, like, damn, if I put in this work, we can get to this level. You know what I mean? And it might inspire them to open their own business, or they might say, you know what, man, I see my cousin, my uncle, or my mom and my dad struggling, and they might want to come work with you. You know what I mean? So I would say the number one thing is plan out as much as you can plan out. Plan out exactly what you're trying to accomplish. You could kind of gauge what your bills is going to be every month. You could kind of gauge how many employees you want. You know, how your supplies are going to be. If you got a business where you actually need, repetitious supplies, but plan everything out as much as you can in advance, because the more that you prepare, the easier it is for you to be prepared when something fails. Number two, be prepared to sacrifice, because when you start a business, if you plan on growing that business like you plan on letting your child grow, that you're going to treat it like your baby, you're going to sacrifice a lot of time. You're going to sacrifice a lot of your personal money. You're going to sacrifice friendships, relationships. And it comes with the territory, but be prepared to sacrifice. And then the third thing is you have to go into it being realistic. You have to know, like, all right, it's a possibility I can make X, Y, Z amount of money, but it's also a possibility I can not make nothing. But the times where you do make something, you have to learn how to put something aside, so that the times that you don't make nothing or as much as you think you should make, then you can handle that. Because every business goes through a cold spell, and for a big corporation like a McDonald's or something like that, it's easy for them to be able to recover. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just went through this with COVID, and COVID destroyed the world. But we kind of rumbled through COVID from sacrificing a lot. Like, I worked 7 days a week, open and close, for 3 straight months. That's part of that sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not prepared for that haymaker that the life gonna throw at you sometimes, you in trouble. You can be knocked out. Like, you have to be prepared for that, because that's something that is inevitable. Every business on the planet Earth has went through a cold spell where they have to be prepared to weather that storm, man. And that is the most important thing, man. Be prepared for that. You have to prepare yourself as much as possible. And then the other small things is, be mindful who you hire. We kind of hire anybody, you know what I mean? We give anybody opportunity, but in reality, if I could go back and redo the process, I would make the hiring process the same as a Fortune 500 company, because when you interview them and you put them through the same processes that other businesses put them through, then now they look at you like you're a real business. Like, we go back to that, like, you're a real business, a real job, you know what I mean? Like, we do a lot of people favors. Oh, my cousin need a job, or my aunt need a job, or I need a second job, and no problem, you know what I mean? But I will go back and change that a lot, you know what I mean? So just kind of screen who you hire. Just because it's family or friends don't mean that they're gonna be good for the business. Sometimes they can be worse for your business than a stranger, you know what I mean? The last thing is, don't think that you're gonna get rich off of a small business immediately. In reality, the first 3 to 5 years of a business, you don't make nothing. So if you can go 3 to 5 years and you're actually not in the red and you've made something, be happy. You know what I mean? You made it, but you didn't make it far enough. You know what I mean? Reinvest into your business. Make sure that you can build it with the capital that you're making off of it. And then my piece of advice that we don't do, but I think everybody should, is find somebody who's willing to invest in your business that don't want to be hands-on in your business. All they because when you find somebody like that, they're a person that'll look at the potential numbers that it could create, and then they'll invest accordingly off of how much they think they can make back off of it. But when everything out of your own pocket, it's kind of stressful, you know what I mean? But you'll always be able to repay that investor. But if you can find that, that's I think that's big. Other than that, like I said, be prepared for the sacrifice. Be prepared for the sacrifice. I'm looking at be prepared for the sacrifice. You're gonna time, money, headaches, sicknesses, relationships, friendships. Be prepared. The grind means everything to me. Like that's just my whole life. I get up and I grind. If I don't eat. I mean, I can't provide for my kids. I can't do nothing. You know what I mean? So you gotta grind it. And if I'm grinding and the kids see I'm grinding, then they gonna want to grind when they get older. They're not gonna sit around just expecting handouts the rest of their life. So the grind is life. I'd like to give a big thank you to Forever Focus Photography / Videography and Mr. Donald. Not just for this, but for the sacrifices he's made over the last couple years for the kids with coaching basketball. You know, it takes a lot to do that. Also want to give a big thank you to all of our customers, anybody that may be watching this that supported us, and anybody that hasn't supported us but wants to come down and try out our food. We would just want to say thank you to y'all just for giving us the opportunity. It means a lot to us because you're keeping us open. And for anybody who hasn't come to Sister Muhammad's Kitchen, come on down. Sister Muhammad's Kitchen, 4441 Germantown Avenue, Philadelphia, PA, 19140. That's 4441 Germantown Avenue, Philadelphia, PA, 19140. We right in the heart of Nicetown, right directly across the street from Wayne Junction train station. So hopefully we'll get some new customers and we'll see y'all. Thank you again.